We got an email from a person named Aaliyah who sent us a subject line, Satan's Yoga. Satan's Yoga. She says, hi, David and Langston, longtime listener, back again with another conspiracy. This one actually comes from my grandmother, a Southern black woman who later in life became a Jehovah's Witness. One day, later in life, she started that shit later in life?
It makes more sense than starting it earlier in life. Like, you can't convert to Jehovah's Witness in like your mid-20s.
I don't picture early in life being your mid-20 conversions. I picture early in your life meaning you grew up in the Jehovah's Witness
but she
church.
Converted, she said.
Right, and I'm saying that converting to Jehovah's Witness is a silly thing.
You've already had some birthdays.
Yeah, you know what Christmas feels like.
Yeah,
the fuck are you gear shifting back for?
Taking that away from your children, you monster.
Yeah, no, that's an odd fucking choice. So you want to go door to door. Okay.
Anyways, I'm sure your grandma's a sweet woman, Aaliyah. Or nuts. I don't know.
Hard to say, but I'm leaning towards the latter.
One man's cuckoo is another man's Cocoa Puffs.
One day, after watching a commercial about yoga clothes, she went on a rant about how doing yoga is evil. And if you meditate, you will mess around and open up your mind so much you will let Satan in. I understood her to mean meditating can be a pathway to connect with Satan, similarly how praying is a way to connect with God. I grew up going to church as well as the Kingdom Hall, so I am conflicted. I believe in spirits and have an ancestor altar myself, so just as there is a way to channel the good spirits, there has to be a way to channel the bad ones. I'm interested in hearing what you guys think best, Aaliyah.
Well, Aaliyah, I think you're a witch. And I rebuke thee in the name of the one true Lord. No, I think that. So here's what I don't like about this, right?
Yeah.
The idea of like, if you meditate or you do yoga, you're going to open your mind so much. So that's what that, like, I don't like the idea that an open mind is what leads to the devil. That means God wants you to have a closed mind. That means he's like reductive as fuck and does not want you to open you up to whatever your true potential is. He doesn't want you to be free. And that's not like the God. That's not like a God I'm trying to serve.
Right. A God that encourages you to sort of live in a bubble is not a God that you recognize.
Well, just like, yeah, any type of like, don't open your mind is a great, like, really think about what you're saying within that. That's terrible. Nobody ever leave your small town. Don't ever try to do something that no one in your family did. Like, don't ever push for anything then. You know what I'm saying? Don't open your mind. That's trash. I would argue, I don't think that God is like I don't think the God of Abraham. I don't know if that is what he's pushing.
I will say that I myself read this to mean something slightly different. Although I do agree with your sentiment that if this is about just sort of keeping people closed-minded, then that feels reductive and not at all like a progress or even a love that is suggested to be shared by the God above us, whatever. That said, I thought about my relationship with like spirits, and in a lot of ways, this tracks for me of like, I don't fuck around with Ouija boards. I don't fuck around with like haunted houses, like genuine haunted houses. I'll go to a play one, whatever. But
what do you mean by that? What do you mean by genuine haunted houses?
Like, you know how like some people will be like, oh, this hotel is haunted. We should stay there. I won't.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're very serious right now.
Like, no. I will not. And I will I have the resources to choose differently, and I will. Like, I don't need that feeling, and I'm not interested in exploring it just because it's like novel or cute.
Right, but you'll go to like a haunted house,
like a silly one where I know adults are being paid minimum wage to hide around a corner with chainsaws that don't work properly.
Because I went to one of those. Me and my girl went to one of those over at Halloween, and that was fun.
Yeah, no, that's a good time.
Except they tried to play me. They tried to play me a little bit.
What happened?
Man, so we went to the haunted house, and then there was like, if you pay like an extra, they like take you to a secret bar in there and give you a shot during the haunted house.
Oh.
So we went to the secret bar, and this nigga, bro, he was pouring drinks, and he poured my girl one, and he poured me one, and he was like, "You look scared as hell." I was like, I'm not scared though.
Yeah. He thought he could cuck you a little bit in front of your lady.
He was trying to cuck me. Yeah.
Yeah.
She looks like she's having fun. You look scared as hell. It's a children's playhouse.
I look like I'm not about to tip your ass.
Yeah. I look like I don't work at the fucking haunted house because I can't make child support. That's what I look like. I look like I fucking took an Uber Black here, you broke boy. I didn't. She drove.
I was about to say, why are you taking Uber Blacks to the haunted house?
I've actually never taken an Uber Black. I was trying to impress you guys.
Nah, it worked, I thought.
Okay.
But no, I try not to mess around with sort of like dark spirits and ghosts and all kinds of things out of fear that I do think it welcomes some of that into your world. That like if you go seeking that shit, you will find something, even if that's something you find is just made up in your own head.
Yeah.
And so in that way, I recognize what she's saying to simply mean like, seek it and you shall find it in both good and bad ways. Now, why the fuck yoga is her passion for where Satan is lurking? I have no idea.
Here's what I'm going to say.
Yep.
This is I've lived among the woo-woos, you know what I mean? I lived in San Francisco, big witch country. Los Angeles, also big witch country. If you're far away and you don't quite know, I understand how these yoga ladies and men could seem like they were into some evil shit. Oh, you know what I mean? Just like like glancing and being like, what are they doing over here? They're dressed all wacky. They're burning sage and shit. Like it could feel like some witchcraft for sure.
Yeah, I will say that to that point.
Downward dog, what is that?
That ain't doggy style, I'll tell you that.
Where I come from, dogs stand upright.
Hey, shake your hand like a man.
Look you in the eye.
I will say that to that point, a lot of what yoga is in America is just a sort of like cherry picking of other people's cultural identities and like their actual spirituality. And so in that way, it does feel like sort of a false manipulation of spirituality, right? That like the shit that we recognize as yoga is not what they were doing when Indians invented the shit. You know what I mean? It's just some shit that like some white women took and then like decided to take some words and leave some words behind in certain poses. Yes, certain ones no. And that is not sort of like fucking around with spirituality in a messed up way.
I think it does lead to this whole idea of like, that's why I don't like people when they say they're just, I'm spiritual, because it's like, pick a discipline.
Yep.
You know,
you got to
commit to something. You're loosey-goosey, then you might as well just be agnostic. Like, what does that mean? I think this could be true. And that you need rules. There needs to be some sort of rules.
It is the one part of the Bible more than any other part that I think I most connect with, where it talks about God not wanting you to be lukewarm, that like a lukewarm person is maybe the worst person you could be, that you got to be hot or cold, either believe in something or don't believe in something. But like kind of fucking around in the middle is like dangerous and frankly just condescending to the fundamentals of the actual belief.
Don't stand for anything, you'll fall for something.
Yeah.
Don't stand for something, you'll fall for.
Yeah, you didn't get it right.
Fool me twice. You ain't gonna fool me again.
You can't fool me again.